Hi everybody, welcome back. And I'm going to talk about the Robinhood Gold announcements tonight. And I watched the video, I watched it live, I have thoughts. I think Robinhood tonight tried to do their best Apple impression. I think they came somewhere between passing. I'm not thoroughly impressed with their presentation. I think what they presented was nice, but I think the delivery was a little bit weird. And it's also weird to do a textile announcement for an investment account with really good features and a 3% credit card. I get why. I get there was a pushing for fanfare for this card. And I think there's things to like about the card, but don't know that this was the way to go. And I especially don't know that this was the way to go at 4:15 on the West Coast and 7:15 on the East Coast. That was just a weird time to do it. I would have done the midday announcement thing. That's just me. So what did Robinhood announce? So they announced three key things. They announced a redesign of the Robinhood application, more customized to you, the user. So if you primarily use Robinhood for crypto is going to be your main focus. If you use it for investing is going to be your main focus. Margin calls or option trading, that's going to be your main focus, right? If you just use it for Robinhood Gold, that will be your main focus. So the app is going to become more customized to you. Tabs on the bottom are apparently going to be going away. I don't know. I was watching on an iPhone, so I didn't get the full experience of full screen viewing. So it might be clunky, it might be great. I don't know. But that wasn't the main reason why I was watching. The second thing they announced was improvements to Robinhood Gold. Robinhood Gold will be gaining a feature of unlimited 1% matching on all deposits going forward. This will be effective. They didn't give an effective date, and they didn't say it was starting now. They did say it was coming soon. So we'll see. But they already do matches at, I believe, 1% for IRAs, 1% for if you bring over another brokerage account into Robinhood, they'll do a 1% match there. A number of other brokerages have done this. I believe Webull does it, and I believe Moomoo might do it. I don't know about Moomoo. I seem to remember that about Webull when I started my Webull account. So hashtag, none of these are ads. So Robinhood Gold becomes a little bit more compelling. How much more compelling? I don't know. It's a question of, are you willing to pay $60 a year for this service? They're trying to make it more compelling. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't know. I have to do some more research on Robinhood Gold and a whole bunch of other things that were announced tonight. And then they got to the main event. And in the main event, the big takeaway I took from this was Robinhood and Vlad Tanev very much wanted to channel Steve Jobs tonight and try and sell the beginning of this new credit card. I don't want to say revolution, but this new credit card entry, for lack of a better term, because I am lacking a better term. Steve Jobs very famously at the iPhone announcement stated in pitching the iPhone, it was iPod, it's a phone, it's a web communication device. It's an iPod, it's a phone, it's a web communication device. It's an iPod, it's a phone, it's a web communication device. Do you get it? Are you getting it yet? Paraphrasing the most famous part of that speech, right? Vlad tonight did the same sort of thing. It's a card for beginners. It's a card for solid or prime card holders. It's a card for the ultra wealthy. It's a card for beginners. It's a card for them, for folks like me, and it's a card for the ultra wealthy. And he was repeating that, and I got the connection that he was trying to make. I don't know that it was delivered particularly well, but there we go. So, about the Robinhood Gold Card. Now, you are going to need a Robinhood Gold account. So when they say no annual fee, marketing speak, because you do need to pay the $60 a year to have Robinhood Gold. Sorry, that's just the fact. So it's not actually no annual fee, but I'll give them the pass because they're not adding any additional fee in addition to having Robinhood Gold. Okay. There are no foreign transaction fees on the card. This is great. Is there a welcome offer on the card? There was not one mentioned at the time of announcement. I am not sure they're going to have one by the time this card rolls out. I do not believe they will because the X1 card that this card is the spiritual successor of never had a welcome offer. Okay, but what about the card makes it so special? This will be, I believe, with the exception of the Fidelity 2% cashback card that becomes unlimited 3% cashback when you hold, I believe it's over 1 million or 10 million in Fidelity. Believe it's 10 million. I could be wrong. Let me know down in the comments, but it's 1 or 10, and I'm off by a factor of 10. It would become a 3% unlimited card if you hold a vast amount of money with Fidelity. This will be a flat 3% card. And They didn't mention any sort of special redemptions. The X1 card was a little finicky with redemptions because if you redeemed for stock, well, that was briefly an option, you got 0.7 cent per point. If you redeemed for cash back in the form of a statement credit, it was for 0.7 cents per point. If you redeemed with a retail partner, it was for 1 cent per point, with the sole exceptions of Costco membership renewal and Amazon Prime renewal. Those were both at 0.7 cents per point. So no mention of bringing back those retail partners, but you can redeem for things like gift cards and travel, they said. And one other mention, and as well as redeeming into your Robinhood account. Now, the Robinhood account redemption, there was an ask if that would also include a 1% match from Robinhood because it's going into your Robinhood account. Vlad seemed to indicate that it would. Deepak, the former CEO of X1 and the current general manager of all their credit products going forward at Robinhood, Deepak asked Vlad very publicly. It may have been a plant question. I don't know. But Vlad seemed to indicate that that into your Robinhood account, instead of 1 cent per point, it would be 1.01 cent per point. We'll find out. I would hold that with a rock of salt. But 3% everywhere. Now, in emails that have come out announcing the card after the announcement, there is also a 5% category when you purchase travel through the Robinhood travel portal. There's other things on the card that the X1 card had. Roadside assistance will be included on this card. It will include an auto rental damage waiver. I believe on the X1 it was secondary, so on the Robinhood card, I would also assume that it to be secondary. There are a couple other mentions in the email. I don't have it up right now, and I'm not going to look up and down for you at the moment. I apologize. So 5% back when you purchase in the travel portal, 3% back everywhere else. Number of other small travel benefits, no annual fee. Heavy asterisk, you have to have a Robinhood Gold account, so annual fee, $60. But with everything else that Robinhood Gold gives you, maybe you're still coming out ahead. You'll just have to do that math yourself. So overall, I think the announcements are good. I think the card is really strong for a certain number of people. If you like to get your cash back in the form of cash back, that if you put cash back into your stock account, an extra 1% match, you're going to love this card. If you transfer your points out to travel partners, that was not announced. I don't believe that's going to be the case, but never say never. The only other card I know of that you can redeem for cashback into a brokerage account, and also you can use the points for travel, would be the Charles Schwab version of the American Express card. And that's 1.1 cent per point redemption. Don't remember if the Morgan Stanley version of the Platinum card does the same thing. I know it doesn't redeem as cashback at 1 cent per point, or even 1.1 cent per point. So I believe the Charles Schwab is the only other card I can think of that deposits into your account and gives you more for doing that. So overall, I think this card might have an audience. I'm not even going to address the stupidity that was the Robinhood Solid Gold card. That is a stupid gimmick and they shouldn't even bother with it, but they're going to do what they're going to do. It is what it is. If you're interested in getting that version of the card, you'll need to refer 10 people to Robinhood Gold successfully. Whatever. But that's going to do it for this one. I think the Robinhood Gold card will have a particular audience. I am not sure if I'm going to be part of that audience. I'm not sure if there's a path to go from the X1 card to the Robinhood card. And I don't know. I'll have to sit and do the math if Robinhood Gold is going to be worth it to me. But we'll see. Anyway, if you like what I do, hit the subscribe button as we grow this tiny little community past 500 subscribers. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this announcement, and if you caught it, or what you think of this card as described. Could be something. And yeah, hit the like button as well if you like the video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.